Welcome back. Consumer power is having an impact. Big W has not only stopped pushing The Voice in their stores, but they've also pulled a book on sex for children that's too graphic for us to even show on television tonight. Yes, I can't show you the images from this book. I can't even read out some of the text on the sex acts described in the book, written for children as young as 8. According to the co-author. But the left thinks it's wonderful for preteens to be exposed to this content. Joining me now is CEO of Women's Forum Australia, Rachael Wong. Rachael, first we had the drag queens and fishnets reading stories to children, and now we've got this book. It's some sort of a Kama Sutra manual for children. I'm not surprised this story has gone global. But if I'm going to play devil's advocate, I would argue that, well, we've got all sorts of reports about young children, 1 in 10 young children being exposed to pornography. Is a book like this correcting what children may learn about sex from porn, or is it just normalising sexual content for minors?
Look, I think it's the latter, Rita. There is absolutely no doubt that we need stronger protections for children against pornography and for children to learn about sex in the context of healthy relationships. But this book is absolutely not it. The book itself is laden with harmful messages, everything from promoting illegal behaviours to normalising risky sex practices. We've had cyber safety experts and psychiatrists come out and talk about the harmful nature of the book, particularly in relation to messages that children can send nude safely simply by chopping off their heads, which we all know is just not true at all and is extremely dangerous and damaging for them. And the book normalises a range of sexually explicit activities for 8 to 15-year-olds, and it's just completely inappropriate for the age level that it's being directed at.
It really is. If you actually have a read of the text, not just the imagery, and you think a 10-year-old reading this, an 11-year-old reading this, it is just so off. But you've got parents who are proudly boasting about buying this for their kids because it's become almost like a badge of honour, Rachael. It's showing how to, I don't know, enlightened they are, how tolerant they are. It seems like the parents are the problem here more so than anything else.
Absolutely. And look, we've seen this in relation to a bunch of different behaviours and activities and practices which seem to be intent on breaking down children's barriers and sexualising children worldwide. I know recently, I think it was this year, we saw the Kabababa rave shows being promoted in the UK, where mothers were literally taking along their babies and toddlers to shows with adult sex performers, with almost, naked men performing for children.
We've played the clips. Absolutely, and those clips are just shocking, and it's sadly often normally mothers who are taking their kids along. It's not many dads, and you've got again men in G-strings prancing around entertaining toddlers, and the mums are sitting there clapping along. I want to ask you about this story from the UK. It's just maddening. The Daily Mail reports pregnant women identifying as trans men shouldn't be pressured to stop taking testosterone despite the risk it poses to babies. This is according to researchers in a government-funded study. Of course, this study has been criticised very strongly because it is so reckless, Rachael. This could lead to all sorts of issues for the baby's development. It could cause potential abnormalities, genital abnormalities.
It is just unbelievable, Rita. Here you have this government-funded study carried out by trans activists, which goes against the medical advice of the NHS and basically says that a person's gender identity and their right to live out that gender identity is more important than the health and well-being of a baby. It's just insane. I can't understand how we've come this far as a society where we're basically carrying out experiments on children. And, it reminds me of a similar story that I heard about recently in relation to the Women's Hospital in Randwick in Sydney, where they are hoping in the near future to carry out womb transplants.
Again, why?
Into biological males.
Why?
Again, putting these adult desires ahead of the safety and well-being of children.
Absolutely. Rachael Wong, thank you so much for your time tonight.